Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt Besachio for WMCT-TV and WMCT Sports, and welcome back to the Senior Spotlight Show, where we bring different seniors from athletic programs throughout the city of Marlboro, bring them in studio, and introduce them to you. Our guests here today are the seniors from the AMSA girls volleyball team. We've got Belkla Rand and Abby Asman. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Not a problem at all. The Eagles are 10-6 overall in the season right now. They finished 9-2 overall in league play. You guys just came off a game where you beat Worcester Tech 3-0. And I think tomorrow it is, you guys are traveling to BVT to take on the Beavers in the quarterfinals of the CMADA tournament. But as I said, this is our opportunity to introduce you guys to our community here in Marlboro. So Bella, we'll start with you. I know it's just 2 months in, but how's the senior year going so far?
It's going really well. I'm having a lot of fun with like senior activities and stuff. So we had senior night, we've had a senior picnic, just like fun activity things like football games and all the sport games. I've gone to my soccer friend's senior night and like I'm just having a lot of fun.
It sounds like it's a lot of fun. What about as far as school is concerned? Can you tell me about like academically what you're going through right now, college process, stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'd say like this kind of time is like deciding like where and like how to like manage my time with like volleyball and like applying, so and homework on top of that. So it's all like super busy right now after school, I would say. But I'm managing pretty well. Like I feel like everyone around me is like helping out, so I'm glad for that.
Abby, how about you? How's senior year going to this point?
Senior year's been a lot of fun so far. It's a different dynamic, trying to balance college and school, all the homework. It's been a lot of work, but we've had new privileges like leaving for study halls, which has been a blast, and the volleyball season's been a lot of fun so far.
Cool. That college process, now that must take, it's like 20 years for me this year since I graduated. So can you refresh my memory, like how much time do you have to spend pouring into applications and things like that?
It's been a lot of work. We have to do our whole Common Apps. We've worked on our college essay. It's been really helpful with AMSA at least because our school helps us edit them and go through the process really step by step. We have a senior seminar program which makes it very easy for us. So.
Now speaking of AMSA, incredible academic school that I'm sure is going to be able to help you and benefit you. But can you talk to me a little bit specifically about your time at AMSA and how you think that it's going to be beneficial for you for years to come?
Yeah, so I've talked to a lot of my friends who are in college, like past athletes and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, AMSA was so much harder than college. And I was like, this is kind of like relieving to hear because like I'm excited to go to college for all the new experiences, but like going to college kind of sounds big. You're choosing your majors, you're choosing like what you're doing on later in life. So I'm like, oh, it might be a lot of work, but then when they're like, oh my gosh, I have less homework than I have at AMSA, or it's like less harder as like curriculum, I feel like AMSA really builds us up to like the next step. Like we're already taking like college like classes in school. We're already like prepared to like take that bigger step. So I think that it's really gonna be beneficial because it's like already preparing us.
Sure, I mean, this is such a time of transition for you guys socially and different things of the nature. So having an edge academically over other people, I'm sure just puts you at so much ease.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about what has made AMSA special for you, Abby?
It's been a special place. My sister started going out here since she started in 7th grade, but she really helped prepare me for what AMSA was gonna bring, and she let me know that it was gonna be hard, but the hard work pays off. Like, it's been a lot easy preparing myself for college and hearing all the older people say that it's going to be a lot easier. It's really relieving.
Now you're a senior, you have this perspective that juniors, sophomores, freshmen obviously don't have. What advice would you give an underclassman or even like a junior that's at this point in the year right now, the things that you know to help prepare yourself and put you in a position to succeed at this moment? What kind of advice would you give them?
I would definitely tell younger students at AMSA to prepare themselves and start the process a lot earlier, like the college applying application process. Sure. Also, not procrastinating because I'm known to do that, but if you let it go earlier, it's easier.
Bella, what about you? What kind of advice would you maybe give to somebody a couple of years younger than you that would help them now?
Yeah, I would agree with starting earlier. I feel like when I would look up to the older girls when I was younger, I'd be like, oh my gosh, they are doing so much. They're applying to colleges, everything, if you just like take it one step at a time, like whatever happens, happens, like just like go with the flow. Like if you keep worrying about it too much in advance, I feel like you just get like so much stress that you don't really need.
Oh, that's really great advice that you guys gave. But Bella, we'll start with you as far as the athletics are concerned now. When you step out onto the court, do you kind of flip a switch personality-wise? Do you have to kind of get yourself kind of geared up in a different kind of way to step out into the court?
Yeah, I definitely do. So I feel like at times in practice, in school, out of school, I can be like super goofy and like joking around and like, but like when I step on the volleyball court and it's like competitive mode, like sometimes I'll like crack a joke to like Abby or a teammate like midway, like, but not in a point, but like, oh, nice job, you got the next one, and say something funny and try and lighten them up. But like when that like whistle blows, I'm like locked in. Like some people have told me that like she's like one of the nicest, funniest people I'll meet, but when she's on the volleyball court, like it switches. Like I'm super duper competitive when like the whistles are like during plays, and like I just want to like win. Like I'm like really competitive. So I start screaming, but I don't like scream as in like at them. I'm just screaming like for the game, trying to like hype people up, trying to get people going. Yeah.
Just caught up in the emotion of the moment. That's
yeah.
cool. Now, is there something that you do pregame, ritual, song, anything to get yourself worked up to that point, or is it just something that just happens as soon as the whistle blows?
I feel like it's a lot when the whistle blows. I'm like, all right, like volleyball is the only thing I'm thinking about right now. But me and Abby have a handshake. I feel like on bus rides, we have a lot of like singing competitions and like singing. We sing a lot on songs and like karaoke, and yeah, we just like have fun. And then like right when like Benji starts like talking tactics, which is our coach, like I'm just like, all right, I need to focus on volleyball. Let's figure out how to win, how to beat this team.
Cool. One, can you share the handshake, please? Is it something you can do real quick? Is that
it like requires us to get up.
Let's go to the wide shot. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we get the handshake. Oh, nailed it. That's awesome. Good job.
Oh.
All right, I think we still got the microphones in place. Very cool.
So,
thank you for sharing that. That was cool. But Abby, how about you? Is there something about your personality that changes once you start to compete?
I'm always a very competitive person, like whether it be on the volleyball court or in school, I've always been really competitive. But when you step on the court, I feel like I just like lock in and like I fully get my head in the game. There's nothing I really do, but yeah.
No, so there's no song, there's nothing that kind of like, there's no ritual that you do pregame, aside from like the handshake, obviously, that you guys do. Cool. Both captains, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Abby, we'll start with you. What does it mean to you to be a captain?
It's been a lot of fun, especially being captain with Bella. Our dynamic is really good together. We know when to have fun, we know when to joke around, but we also know when it's time to get serious. And we're always there to help our teammates, so it's been fun.
Yeah. Being named a captain by your peers must be something that's very gratifying and something that feels very good. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, so I also, like Abby said, it's fun that we can like be captains, have fun, like bring like fun and like competitiveness to the team, but it's also like me and Abby are super close outside of volleyball, so like it brings even more like connection, and like I know she has my back on the court and outside, so we as captains have tried to like bring that onto our like volleyball community, and like captains and like before us. It's always like this big community thing at AMSA volleyball where there's so many girls joining because it's so much fun. So I think that like we want to spread that as much as possible, and we try and help out younger girls. And I think them seeing that, all of our like teammates are like, yeah, I feel like they'd be good captains and stuff. So it's really like, I don't know, like gratifying that they chose us.
Yeah, and the two of you have been very successful over your time over at AMSA too, and you've helped build the program to what it is right now, and to a point where other people want to come join, they want to be a part of the team, and they want to carry on the legacy that the two of you have helped build. So congratulations to the two of you as far as that's concerned. Now, as I told you before, I've got a quote here from Pete Jones, your athletic director, regarding each one of you, and we'll get your reaction to it after I'm done. Abby, we'll start with you. Abby is a tough, hard-nosed player that will give everything she physically has to her team. Whether it's volleyball, basketball, or softball, she's getting that uniform dirty to do whatever she can for her team. She's a gritty player, but her personality doesn't really match that at all. She is a fun, happy, pleasant student athlete that you enjoy seeing around campus. I consider myself lucky to have had Abby be a part of 3 different programs in our athletic department. She left an impact on all of them and accomplished a lot in her time. I hope she can look back and be proud. She certainly should be.
Aww.
So when you hear something like that from somebody that, you know, has overseen your entire career, multiple years, how does that make you feel?
That's so nice. It feels good knowing that all of our hard work is paying off and that people actually see it, and it feels good. Yeah.
Very good. Bella, this is, obviously from Pete. Bella's volleyball career will certainly go down as one of the greatest AMSA athletic careers in our school's young history. Just want to stop. That's an incredible compliment. Just that sentence alone. There's more, but that's a hefty compliment. What I appreciate most about Bella is her poise. She is certainly talented and always has been, but I remember being so impressed with her leadership and poise during the Fall 2 season during 2021, a season that we all wish we could kind of forget a little bit, but we were playing the likes of Wachusett, Shrewsbury, Neshoba, and Hudson every game, and nothing rattled her. She was as good as any player on the court, and she was only a freshman. She's a special player and a special kid. She's been making her teammates better for half a decade here at AMSA. It will be a strange feeling next August not to see her at tryouts.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, Belle?
Same with Abby said, I can't believe people actually realize I put a lot of love into AMSA volleyball over the years, being on the highest level since 8th grade. I've looked up to all the girls and what they've done, and I'm I want to do that too. I want to help the younger girls. During practices, I'll go help freshmen or the freshman team. And it's really I'm really grateful for him because he's been with us for a long time, and that he's been with amazing athletes, and for him to say that really means a lot.
It's very nice. Now you said that you look forward to mentoring younger athletes, but there was obviously a couple of older seniors when you were a sophomore, freshman that you looked up to. Do you remember anybody in particular that went out of their way to really try to help you out?
Yeah, so Olivia Deckers was a senior when I was in 8th grade, and she really was one of the people who was super goofy, kind of like me off the court, but when it was volleyball time, it was volleyball time. Mm-hmm. And I think that really showed me that sometimes people get a little bit too goofy, but too serious. She was a mid player, and I'm I want to be like that when I'm a captain, or hopefully if I was, or a senior. And then also Anna Cellino was a very
Sure.
She was just always positive. She's you got the. I vividly remember in that fall too. I think she was a senior then. And I would mess up or something, and I'm in my head, and she'd be it's fine, you got this. And I'm I want to be that person for younger girls when that comes to be my time. And also 2 years ago we had 10 seniors or something like that, super a lot of seniors, and a lot of them were some of my really close friends because I've been on the team with them for so long. But it was Satara Hoke, Melissa Babinski, and Ruby Todd. I feel really stuck out to me, being just the community. If you're really close with your teammates, you can joke and be serious and have really good volleyball being played because of the chemistry you have with them. And that really showed me that these next 2 years of me being captain, I really want to connect with my players, because obviously I want to be friends with everyone, but if you can be closer with them and you can let them know you have your back, and you'll always be there for them, and it's lifelong friendships.
It's a great answer. Abby, is there anybody, I know she mentioned a few different seniors from her past, is there anybody that sticks out to you as far as people that helped kind of teach you the AMSA way?
I feel for me, it's been a lot of coaches. The JV coach freshman year, Kunin, she was also my coach for softball when I was in 6th grade, and she really pushed me to work harder and always did my best, and I really look up to her as a coach, and yeah.
Well, that's nice. So, you guys are going through, a lot right now as seniors. Academics are as difficult as they've ever been. There's more on your plate than there's ever been before. So naturally, you have to try to find some type of balance. to try to decompress, to try to kind of, level out. So Abby, is there anything that you try to do at home or away from stress to kind of, bring yourself down? Not bring yourself down, but, bring your stress level down.
Yeah, I've always loved music. I find it like really peaceful to go sit outside in my backyard just listening to music. Really calms me down and like cleans out your head.
No, definitely. Is there anybody in particular that you like to listen to that you wouldn't mind sharing with us?
I love like calmer music. Like I love the Lumineers.
Okay.
Yeah, that type of vibe.
Nice. Very cool. Bella, what about you? What do you like to do to try to unwind?
For me, I like making schedules, so like I will have time to do everything. And I like volleyball is one way. I like forget about a lot of things. I play a lot, so if it's beach season, if it's club season, if it's school season, I feel like I can just forget about everything when I'm on the volleyball team, just have fun. But I also like to just hang out with friends and just forget about schoolwork. I like to leave weekends kind of no homework, get all of it done throughout the week, and if anything, Sunday night it'll come to it.
But the scaries hit.
Yeah. But I like to leave kind of Friday and definitely Saturdays open just to hang out with friends and family.
Good for you. But the preparedness, there's peace in that for you. Being organized and being structured allows you the opportunity to know what you need to get done and get it done. Right? That's good. That's very good. This is the portion of the interview where I give you open floor. You can give shout outs to different people, family, AMSA community, friends, a couple of different people that have truly helped you get to this point as being as successful as you are. So Abby, we'll start with you. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
To start, my sister. She's always been someone I've looked up to, and she's in college now, but she's always pushed me to work my hardest. And I've always almost wanted to be her in a way when I was younger, because I always thought she was cool older sister. But yeah, and then also my parents, they've supported me throughout all my sports, paid for club teams for me, come to all my games. They're always there. So
that's great. And I completely understand. I'm the youngest of three. My oldest brother's 5.5 years older than me. So when I had just started elementary school, he was just leaving. When I was just getting into middle school, he was just graduating high school. So just looking up to your older sibling and thinking they're the coolest. That's totally normal. Yeah. I totally get that. Bella, what about you? Who would you like to shout out?
I would like to shout out my mom at first. She just always pushes me to be the hardest. And then, work my hardest, be the best version of myself possible. And then I would like to shout out my dad. He's never left my side, especially throughout sports season. He's been to every game since I've been in 8th grade on varsity, and before that too, JV, freshman, anything. Same with club. He goes to everything. He goes above and beyond. He's made me a volleyball scrapbook of all my accomplishments, and I'm really grateful for him. I'd also like to shout out my coaches. So Benji has been super impactful in my volleyball career. He's just always gave me the opportunity to be on the court, and very motivating, and a really good coach, and he just has always been there for me as well. Same with my club coach, Roger. He's always been super inspiring and just really motivating, and I know he has a lot of love for me, but he would also critique me to be really good. So I'm really grateful for him, and I'm also grateful for the AMSA community, because a lot of this has to do with Mr. Jones. I have a lot of memories that I'll be able to remember for the rest of my life that he's probably organized or put together, because in 8th grade and my 10th grade year, we've had fan buses to games, and we've had a ton of students, maybe over 100 at some of the games when we were going really deep into the runs and states. And I feel I'm just super grateful for that, because I will always remember that for the rest of my life.
No, I mean, he's done an incredible job over the years. He's not a multiple-time athletic director of the year for nothing,
Yeah.
He truly cares about his students, and it shows, and it's reflected in how well you guys come across and how you have been while you've been here as well. It's something that we appreciate here in the Marlboro community for sure.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much going to do it. I just want to thank Bella and Abby again for being here today. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're very, very welcome. This episode of the Senior Spotlight Show, along with all the other Senior Spotlight shows and our Marlboro Shamrock Football podcast, can be seen across our fleet of social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Also available on demand on our website, WMCT-TV.com. And if you're like me, you spend just way too much time in the car, a couple hours a day, the audio versions of these podcasts are available wherever you stream. So once again, for Abby and for Bella, I'm Matt, and we'll see you next time on the Senior Spotlight Show.
Thank you.
Cool, you did it.
Thank you.
Nice job, guys. Actually, before you stand